She doesn't fall for looks or money. She feels your energy. Most men try the usual: texts, dates, calls, opening up too soon, over-explaining, chasing approval. The harder you push, the less she feels it. You're not broken. You were taught to seek validation instead of carrying presence. Sigma isn't a mask. It's quiet strength that doesn't need her reaction to feel complete. In this video, you'll learn how to stop performing and start radiating. Build a presence women notice, create a safe but exciting energy, and master silence, selective attention, and composure. Simple habits, pauses, and mindset shifts make you memorable without trying. If you're ready to become the man she can't ignore, let's dive in. Number 1, the unseen energy she falls for. Unseen energy she falls for. Most men think attraction starts with looks, money, or words. But the truth is, the real game happens long before any of that. It's invisible. It's the energy you give off before you even open your mouth. Women don't fall for what they see. They fall for what they feel when they're around you. Take Mike, 50, from Denver. Divorced, owns a small contracting business. Great shape for his age. He started dating again after years out of the game. He'd show up with fresh shirts, perfect manners, and conversation ready. But it never clicked. The women liked him, just not that way. They'd say, "You're such a nice guy," or "You make someone really happy." You know what that means. Then he met Sarah, 48, a marketing director. Confident, playful, beautiful. First date went the same way. Polite, light talk, but no spark until something changed. During their second dinner, Mike stopped trying to fill the silence. He leaned back, looked her in the eye, and just listened. His body language shifted. He wasn't seeking approval anymore. He was comfortable with her energy and his own. And that's when it happened. The spark. Sarah leaned in, smiled differently, and began asking him questions. The energy flipped. Because when a man stops performing, he becomes unpredictable. His silence speaks louder than his words. This is the unseen energy. She falls for presence without performance. It's that deep calm that says, "I'm not here to prove anything." She can feel it even through a text message. It's in how long you take to reply, how little you chase validation, how steady your tone stays no matter what she does. You see, when a man's emotions are centered, a woman's instinct tells her, "This one can handle me." That doesn't mean handle her drama. It means handle himself. When she feels that stability, it activates something ancient, trust mixed with desire. She starts imagining what it would feel like to lean into your calm. But if your energy is anxious, if you need her to like you, need her to reply, or need her to see your worth, she feels it instantly. It's not even conscious. It's biological. Her brain reads unsafe, not because you're dangerous, but because you're unstable. The Stoics called this mastery over your inner weather. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the Sigma essence. Control without control, strength that doesn't need an audience. You walk into a room, and your energy says, "I'm good here whether you notice me or not." Women feel that it's magnetic because it's rare. You can't fake it because it's built through discipline, through your habits, your solitude, your refusal to chase validation. When you cultivate this energy, you no longer need to convince anyone. You simply are. And that's the secret. She doesn't fall for your appearance, your job, or your charm. She falls for the feeling of being around a man who doesn't need her approval to breathe. That's the beginning of real attraction, the kind that lingers when you're not even there. If you've ever felt this shift when she starts leaning in and you're doing less, not more, write this in the comments. I am the calm, because that's the energy that changes everything. The unseen power that doesn't shout, it pulls. Number 2, stop trying to impress her. Here's a truth most men never want to hear. The harder you try to impress her, the faster you lose her. Every joke, every compliment, every over-explained story, all of it signals one thing: you need her approval. And once she feels that, the game is already over. Women don't fall for the man who does the most. They fall for the man who needs the least. That doesn't mean being cold or arrogant. It means being centered. When you chase validation, you send a message that your sense of worth depends on how she reacts. But when you stand firm, when your energy says, "I'm complete as I am," she feels something entirely different. She feels stability, and stability for a woman is irresistible. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In modern terms, if your thoughts are focused on her approval, your peace is fragile. But if your thoughts are disciplined, directed inward, focused on your values and purpose, your energy becomes unshakable. When you try to impress, you give away your power. You move from leading the interaction to reacting to it. You start adjusting your tone, your words, even your opinions to fit what you think she wants. That's not attraction, that's performance. And women can smell it instantly. Think about it, you've probably been in a situation where you felt pressure to keep her entertained, to say the right thing, to be funny, to show you're different from other guys. But every time you do that, you create distance. Why? Because she can't trust what's real. She's seeing a version of you built for her reaction, not for your truth. And the irony? The more you try to prove yourself, the less she feels you. You become a mirror, not a man. You reflect what she wants, but there's no substance behind it. That's why she loses interest without knowing why. Now contrast that with a man who doesn't try. He listens more than he talks. He lets silence breathe. He doesn't rush to fill every moment. He's relaxed in his own skin. That calm is louder than any words. It says, "I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to see if you even fit into my world." That shift in mindset changes everything. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." In dating, bravery means resisting the urge to perform. It's the courage to let her experience the real you, unfiltered, unpolished, unapologetic. That's what creates tension. That's what creates memory. Because here's the paradox. The moment you stop trying to impress her, you finally start to attract her. When you hold your ground and let her come to you, she begins to feel curiosity. She starts to wonder what's behind that calm. She senses that you're not one of the many seeking her attention. You're one of the few who can walk away from it. And that, right there, is power. The kind that can't be taught in dating books or learned through tricks. It's self-mastery, the essence of Stoic masculinity. If you've ever caught yourself over-explaining or over-giving, pull back. And remember this truth. A Sigma doesn't audition. He evaluates. Write it in the comments. I don't perform, because the man who stops performing finally becomes unforgettable. Number 3, the psychology of stillness. Let me tell you something that most men never realize. Silence, when used right, is louder than charm. The calm man, the one who doesn't rush to speak or react, controls the entire dynamic. That's not about manipulation. It's psychology. It's the science of stillness. Take Robert, 56, a financial advisor from Dallas. After his divorce, he started dating again. He was used to solving problems fast, the kind of man who jumped to fix things before they broke. But in relationships, that same impulse made him lose ground. He'd overtalk, over-explain, over-promise. Until one night, having dinner with Lisa, a 52-year-old interior designer, something changed. She asked him a question meant to test him. "Do you even know what women want?" He smiled, leaned back and simply said, "Maybe, but I'm more interested in what you want." Then he went silent. That stillness shifted everything. Lisa's tone softened. Her body leaned forward. She wanted to fill the silence to reconnect. What changed wasn't the words, it was the absence of noise. The space he created with stillness gave her room to feel his presence. You see, most men panic when there's silence. They think, "I need to say something or she'll lose interest." But that anxiety is exactly what kills the connection. Women read energy, not words. When you're still, you're signaling control. You're saying, I'm not desperate for your reaction. I'm grounded in my own. This is the psychology of stillness. It works because it triggers curiosity and safety at the same time. Curiosity because she can't quite read you. Safety because you're clearly not needy or unstable. You give her the experience of emotional gravity, something to orbit around. From a Stoic point of view, stillness is discipline in motion. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." That's not philosophy talk, that's power. When you cultivate stillness, you become the calm center in her emotional storm. She may test you, tease you, or try to pull you off balance, but if you hold still, she'll eventually come closer, drawn to that quiet strength. Think of it like music. The pause between notes creates the rhythm. The silence between words makes the meaning deeper. Stillness does the same in attraction. It lets her feel you instead of just hearing you. Robert learned that lesson fast. The more still he became, the more connected his dates felt. One woman even told him, "When you look at me like that, it's like you already know what I'm thinking." That's not mind reading. That's mastery of emotional presence. But here's the catch. Stillness isn't about pretending to be calm while your mind races. It's a state you train. You build it through solitude, through breath control, through mastering your impulses. It's when you stop reacting to every emotional wave and start observing instead. The less you chase outcomes, the more outcomes chase you. If you're always trying to be heard, slow down. If you're always explaining, stop. Let silence do the heavy lifting. Watch how the room and her energy begin to shift toward you. If you understand that stillness is strength, not passivity, write it in the comments, "I am still," because the man who can stay still while others fidget isn't passive. He's in control, and that control is what she falls for. Control the atmosphere, not the woman. Here's the truth that separates boys from men. You'll never control a woman, and the moment you try, you lose her. But what you can control is the atmosphere, the emotional environment you create when she's around you. That's where real influence lives. When a woman steps into your presence, she's not consciously analyzing your words. She's feeling your energy. She's asking, "Can I relax here? Can I trust this?" Her body responds before her mind even catches up. If your energy is chaotic, anxious, or needy, she feels that storm immediately. But when your energy is grounded, calm, steady, and present, she adapts to it. Your stillness becomes her safety. That's the Sigma advantage. You don't chase her feelings. You lead them by setting the tone. If you're relaxed, she relaxes. If you're confident, she softens. If you're uncertain, she mirrors that too. The atmosphere always bends toward the stronger frame. The Stoics taught that mastery begins within. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you walk into any room, that's your battlefield. You can't control her mood, her past, or her reactions. But you can control the emotional climate you bring. That's leadership without force, influence without words. Think about it this way. When you're steady, you become a thermostat, not a thermometer. A thermometer reacts. It rises and falls depending on the room. A thermostat sets the temperature, and the room adjusts to it. Most men are thermometers. They mirror her tone, her attitude, her energy, but the man with emotional control dictates the climate. When she's distant, you don't chase. You stay consistent. When she's emotional, you don't match her intensity. You remain calm. That's when attraction deepens, because she feels your stability, even when everything else feels unstable. Control the atmosphere, not her. You don't need to argue, explain, or fix her emotions. You only need to become the calm that she can't create for herself. That's the kind of power that draws her closer without a single word. It's not dominance, it's gravity. Here's the paradox. When you stop trying to manage her, she feels freer. And when she feels free, she chooses you more deeply. That's the difference between control and influence. Control is force. Influence is peace. One pushes her away, the other pulls her in. The Stoic man doesn't need chaos to feel alive. He doesn't chase adrenaline through drama or validation. He understands that quiet control, the kind that doesn't flinch under pressure, is what keeps him untouchable. If you want to develop that inner calm, the kind that makes you magnetic without saying a word, join our private Stoic membership. Inside, we dive into the psychology of energy, emotional mastery, and attraction through stillness. You'll learn how to apply Stoic principles, not just in dating, but in business, leadership, and life. Because the man who can master the atmosphere masters every room he walks into. And if you leave now, you'll miss what comes next. The part where calm turns into power. Don't make that mistake. Stay. Write it in the comments. I control the atmosphere, because when you do, she'll stop testing your words and start trusting your silence. Scarcity, the paradox of desire. There's a paradox in attraction that most men never understand. The more available you are, the less she feels she needs you. But the moment she feels she could lose you, everything changes. That's the power of scarcity. Not as manipulation, but as a natural law of desire. Let me paint a picture for you. Ethan, 33, met Sarah, a 29-year-old graphic designer. When they started dating, he was calm, grounded, and focused on his purpose. She was drawn to that. But a few weeks in, Ethan began doing what many men do. When they start to like someone, he made her his world. Every text was answered instantly. Every plan adjusted to her schedule. Every moment was available. Slowly, without realizing it, Sarah began to lose interest. Not because she stopped liking him, but because she stopped feeling that subtle tension, the one that keeps desire alive. Scarcity isn't about pretending to be busy or playing games. It's about genuinely living a life that doesn't orbit around her. It's about having priorities, purpose, and peace that exist with or without her presence. When a man is deeply engaged with his mission, a woman feels that it pulls her in, not because he's ignoring her, but because his attention suddenly means something. See, in psychology, humans assign value to what's limited. When something is everywhere, it loses meaning. The same applies to emotional energy. If you give too much too soon, she doesn't know how to value it. But when your attention is earned, when it's rare, intentional, and grounded, it becomes powerful. The Stoics understood this perfectly. Seneca wrote, "Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company." That's scarcity at its purest. It's not absence. It's self-sufficiency. When you're comfortable in your own space, you create a quiet challenge. You can join me, but I don't need you to complete me. That's what ignites curiosity, fascination, and respect. Sarah didn't lose interest in Ethan because he lacked qualities. She lost interest because he gave up his independence, and with it, the magnetic pull of uncertainty. Desire feeds on mystery, and mystery only exists when there's something she can't fully have. Now, I'm not telling you to play distant or detached. That's the mistake of men who try to fake scarcity. Real scarcity comes from inner fullness. A man who doesn't chase because his life already fulfills him. A man who gives his time intentionally, not emotionally. Women are drawn to men who live with purpose because purpose creates emotional distance. The healthy kind. It's not cold. It's clarity. It says, "I want you here, but I'll be fine if you're not." That's the paradox of desire. The less you need, the more you attract. Scarcity amplifies presence. When she earns your time, she values it. When you have boundaries, she feels safer. And when she senses you could walk away at any moment, she invests more deeply. If you're always available, you're replaceable. But when your energy is rare, calm, selective, and unhurried, you become unforgettable. Stay focused on your mission. Build a life that she wants to be part of, not one that disappears when she walks away. Before you go, remember this. The next part will reveal how your stillness itself becomes the weapon of influence. Leave now, and you'll miss the truth that separates attraction from obsession. Stay. You'll want to hear this. Comment below, "I am the rarity," because when you live like one, she'll treat you like one. Mystery is the new masculinity. Here's a hard truth. Most modern men refuse to accept that being completely understood isn't attractive. Not to a woman, not to anyone. Mystery is the new masculinity. It's not about playing games or hiding parts of yourself. It's about having depth she can sense, but never fully reach. The problem today is that most men overshare. They think being open, transparent, and available equals intimacy, but in reality it kills intrigue. Women don't fall for what they fully understand. They fall for what fascinates them. And fascination lives in uncertainty. Mystery doesn't mean you speak less. It means what you say carries weight. It means your silence has meaning. When you reveal everything about yourself, she stops imagining, and imagination is what fuels attraction. The Stoics knew this better than anyone. Epictetus once said, "Be silent for the most part, or speak only what is necessary." That wasn't just advice for peace of mind. It was a philosophy of power. When you speak with intention and withhold what doesn't need to be shared, you invite curiosity. You allow others, especially women, to project depth onto you. Mystery is not manipulation, it's restraint, it's self-command. It's knowing that your emotions, your thoughts, and your goals are treasures, not tools for validation. In every relationship dynamic, there's an invisible tension between exposure and concealment. A man who hides too much appears distant, but a man who exposes too much loses his edge. True masculine energy lives in the middle, grounded, calm, slightly unpredictable. You give her just enough to keep her wondering what's next, but never enough for her to stop wondering altogether. You've seen it before. A man who never tries to impress anyone, yet everyone seems drawn to him. Why? Because he's unpredictable in a stable way. He's calm, yet unreadable. He smiles, but you don't know what he's thinking. That's not arrogance. That's mastery. The feminine mind craves contrast. It thrives on discovery. And when she senses you can't be fully mapped out, her curiosity deepens. She doesn't just want your attention. She wants to understand you. But the paradox is, the moment she thinks she has, she loses interest. Mystery makes your presence addictive. When you leave a little space between what you feel and what you show, it gives her room to invest emotionally. The space between words becomes the spark between energies. Here's where Stoic masculinity redefines mystery. It's not about acting aloof, it's about inner detachment. You don't reveal everything because you're not seeking validation. You're not performing, you're observing. You're in control of what's yours, your emotions, your attention, your time. That's what makes a man untouchable. His power lies not in how loudly he speaks, but in how deeply he understands silence. Next time you're with a woman, remember, mystery isn't distance, it's depth. Don't rush to fill every silence. Don't feel the need to explain yourself. Let your presence do the talking. The more predictable you are, the faster attraction fades. But when she never quite knows what you'll say next, how you'll react, or what you're truly thinking, that's when her imagination does the work for you. Mystery isn't outdated. It's the new masculinity, the quiet strength that speaks louder than words ever could. The next part will reveal how disciplined energy becomes the language no woman can ignore. Miss that, and you'll miss the entire point of masculine influence. I move in silence because real men don't chase attention. They command it without saying a word. The power of emotional non-reaction. Let me tell you something most men never realize until it's too late. The moment you react emotionally, you lose control of the frame. Not just in relationships, but in every part of life. Women, whether they admit it or not, test men emotionally, not because they want to hurt them, but because they want to feel their strength. And that strength isn't in how loud you speak, it's in how calm you remain. Take an example. David, 41, runs a successful design firm. He recently started seeing Claire, 37, a single mom with a strong personality. At first, things were great. Deep conversations, chemistry, fun. But one night, she suddenly pulled back, stopped replying to texts. When they met again, she was distant and cold. Most men would panic. They'd chase questions or over-explain, but David didn't. He smiled, stayed composed, and continued his routine. 3 days later, Claire reached out first. "I don't know what it is about you," she said. "You're just calm. I can't read you." That's the power of emotional non-reaction. In the modern dating world, emotional control has become rare. Most men respond instantly to everything, every text, every tone shift, every emotional wave. But that's exactly what kills attraction. Women aren't drawn to men who mirror their storms. They're drawn to men who can anchor them. When you don't react, it doesn't mean you don't care. It means you value your peace more than your impulse. That kind of restraint radiates strength. It shows her you're not emotionally dependent on her behavior. You're self-led, you're grounded. The Stoics called this apatheia, not the absence of feeling, but freedom from being ruled by it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the core of non-reaction. You control what you can and release what you can't. Think about it. When she says something to trigger you, maybe she flirts with someone else, ignores a message, or tests your patience, her subconscious isn't looking for drama. She's watching your frame. She wants to know, are you steady enough to lead, or will you crumble under pressure? When you stay calm, something powerful happens. You flip the script. She starts questioning herself instead of questioning you. Your silence becomes the mirror where she sees her own chaos. Your calm becomes the space where she feels safest. Emotional non-reaction doesn't mean passive indifference. You're not ignoring her, you're simply refusing to play emotional tennis. You respond when necessary, but never from impulse. That's what separates masculine stillness from emotional weakness. The same applies in life. When challenges hit, business, money, stress, your ability to pause before reacting determines your peace. Every reaction is an energy leak. Every moment of restraint is an investment in strength. David's calm didn't just win Claire's respect, it earned her admiration. A man who isn't swayed by mood or moment feels untouchable. That's the essence of the Sigma mindset. Quiet dominance through composure. Next time life tests you, pause, breathe, and let the moment pass through you instead of owning you. Because in that pause lies your power. The next part uncovers the subtle game of influence every strong man plays without words. Miss that, and you'll miss what separates the calm from the commanding. I stay calm because when you do, she feels it, and the world bends toward your peace. Make her feel, don't try to convince her. Don't try to convince her. Here's something most men never figure out. Women don't fall in love through logic. They fall in love through feeling. You can't reason your way into attraction. You can't explain your way into connection. Every time you try to convince a woman why she should want you, you unknowingly signal that you're not sure she does. Masculine energy persuades without speaking. It's not about words, it's about presence. Women remember how you make them feel, not what you make them think. Think about it. You can argue with her about why you're a good guy. You can list all your achievements, stability, loyalty, but none of that stirs emotion. It's logic, and logic doesn't move the feminine. What moves her is how she experiences you in real time. Your calmness, focus, energy when you walk into a room, the way you make her feel safe but challenged at the same time. That's the paradox most men miss. When you stop trying to convince her, you start influencing her. This idea ties directly to Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That's it. Don't explain your worth. Embody it." A woman senses authenticity faster than words can reach her. She feels it in your tone, pacing, and stillness. Stoicism teaches emotional sovereignty. To act, not react. To demonstrate, not declare. When you live that truth, you automatically generate an emotional current that pulls people toward you. Women especially respond to this balance of certainty and restraint. The feminine isn't moved by data points. It's drawn to energy, rhythm, and emotional tone. You can't talk her into attraction any more than you can argue the sun into rising. Attraction happens when your behavior aligns with your truth. That's why emotionally grounded men stand out in a world full of noise. Their silence carries more power than the words of 1,000 insecure men trying to prove something. When you stop chasing validation, your confidence becomes effortless. There's a deeper psychological truth. Convincing comes from need. Influence comes from abundance. When you're trying to convince her, you subconsciously communicate lack of belief, lack of power, lack of presence. But when you make her feel, you create space for desire to grow naturally. Desire doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to curiosity. The Stoics would tell you, mastery of the self is mastery of emotion. When you are still inside, you project confidence without needing to say a word. That calmness itself is felt, and what's felt is remembered. So stop selling yourself. Start being yourself, a man who doesn't beg to be chosen, but simply stands as someone worth choosing. You don't need to tell her how good you are. Your energy should already say it. You don't need to remind her of your value. Your absence should make her feel it. Attraction is emotional, not intellectual. When you focus on logic, she listens with her ears. When you focus on feeling, she listens with her body. And that's where real connection begins. Let her feel your silence. Let her sense your presence. Let her imagination fill in what your words don't say. Because once she truly feels you, no amount of talking from another man can replace that. If you've ever wondered why some men effortlessly draw women in without trying, this is why. They stopped explaining and started embodying. The next part reveals the unspoken force that makes her crave your approval without even realizing it. Miss that, and you'll miss the foundation of true masculine influence. Comment below. Number 9. Lose her to keep her. It sounds insane at first, but if you've been around long enough, you know exactly what it means. Real connection, real attraction, and real respect only happen when you're willing to walk away, when your sense of self is stronger than your desire to be chosen. Let me give you a story that perfectly captures this. Michael, 44, had been dating a woman named Jenna, 39, smart, magnetic, full of energy. But she had a pattern. Every time things got serious, she'd pull away. She'd test him emotionally, disappear for days, and come back when she wanted reassurance. For months, Michael tried to fix it. Long talks, thoughtful messages, patience. But nothing changed until one day he stopped. No anger, no guilt, no explanation, just calm detachment. He didn't block her. He didn't chase. He simply reclaimed his focus, his business, his peace. A week later, she messaged him, "You feel different, colder, but in a way that makes me miss you." That's when it hit him. He didn't lose her because she walked away. He lost her when he made her his emotional priority. In every relationship, the person who fears loss the most holds the least power. Women sense this instinctively. When a man needs her approval, she stops respecting his presence. But when he can live fully without her validation, she starts feeling the gravitational pull again. The paradox is this: by letting her go, you create space for her to choose you. When she feels you can leave at any moment, she begins to fight for what she once took for granted. This isn't manipulation, its natural polarity, its balance. Relationships aren't built on clinging, they're built on two whole people choosing each other freely. In Stoic philosophy, this idea runs deep. Epictetus taught, "Never say about anything I have lost it, but only I have given it back." That's the mindset of strength. You never lose a woman. You return her to herself when her presence no longer aligns with your peace. That detachment doesn't kill love, it purifies it. When you're willing to walk away, your energy changes. You stop moving from fear and start moving from self-respect. Your calm becomes magnetic. Your silence becomes louder than any argument. And that's when she feels your absence like a weight. Now you're not trying to convince her, you've become something she has to earn again. Michael didn't win Jenna back by ignoring her. He did it by rediscovering himself. His peace became his power. His stillness became his signal. That's when she finally saw the man she had overlooked, because he stopped acting like he needed her to see him. So, when you love her, love boldly. But when she tests, you walk calmly. When she pulls away, don't chase. Let her feel the silence that only strong men can hold. Sometimes the only way to keep her is to show her you don't need to. Here's the truth. Most men miss the woman who truly respects them. She doesn't want your submission, she wants your self-control. Lose her attachment, keep your dignity, and watch how her attraction grows stronger in the quiet. The next part reveals the final transformation of this mindset. How to become the man she can't forget, even when you're gone. You don't want to miss this. Walk away strong, because when you do, every woman who truly values you will walk back. Number 10, the Sigma paradox. Desire without attachment. There's a rare type of man that women can't quite explain. The one who desires deeply but never clings. He feels everything but is never controlled by it. That's the Sigma paradox. Desire without attachment. It's the balance between masculine passion and emotional detachment, between wanting and needing. Most men fall into one of two traps. They either suppress desire completely, pretending they don't care, or they drown in it, giving away all their power. But the Sigma man, the emotionally disciplined man, walks the middle path. He allows himself to want, but he's never enslaved by that want. He can love a woman fully while knowing he doesn't need her to feel complete. This is where Stoicism becomes the most practical philosophy a man can live by. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." That's the paradox. Wholehearted engagement, zero dependency. You can give without losing yourself. You can love without surrendering your peace. Think about what happens when you detach from outcome. You start to move differently. Your energy shifts from chasing to attracting. You stop reacting to her mood, her texts, her approval. You're grounded in your own value. And that confidence becomes irresistible. Women sense it instantly. It's not arrogance. It's the quiet security of a man who knows his worth, doesn't depend on anyone else's validation. Desire without attachment doesn't mean coldness. It's the exact opposite. It's being so emotionally stable that you can feel deeply without fear. Desire is meant to inspire action, not obsession. When you desire her from a place of self-mastery, you're showing the highest form of masculine love, one that doesn't demand, doesn't control, doesn't collapse. You're saying, "I choose you, but I'll be fine either way." That's power. Paradoxically, that's what makes a woman desire you even more. She's drawn not just to your presence, but to your independence. She's attracted to the fact that your heart is open, but your center is unshakable, that you can want her without needing her to validate your masculinity. In a world where men are conditioned to seek constant reassurance, detachment becomes the ultimate weapon. It separates those who chase emotion from those who command it. The Sigma man doesn't suppress desire, he channels it. He lets it drive him toward discipline, excellence, and purpose. True detachment isn't about walking away from everything, it's about holding everything loosely. The moment you stop trying to possess something, it becomes free to come to you naturally. That's why women chase men who don't chase them. It's not about playing hard to get, it's about emotional equilibrium. You radiate abundance, not need. Your presence says, I'm whole on my own, but I'd still like you here. That's magnetic, that's masculine, that's Sigma. Here's the paradox in its simplest form. The less you try to own her, the more she feels yours. Women don't want to be captured. They want to choose the man who could have anyone but moves slowly enough to choose them. Desire without attachment isn't an absence of love. It's the evolution of it. It's freedom meeting passion. It's stillness wrapped in intensity. It's what every man must master if he wants to move beyond insecurity and into true power. The Sigma's peace isn't found in having everything. It's found in knowing he could lose it all and still remain complete. What you've just learned isn't about tricks, manipulation, or control. It's about mastery. Mastery over your emotions, your energy, and your sense of self. Every part of this video has been about one thing: becoming the man who leads with quiet power, not loud effort. You now understand what makes a man truly magnetic, not chasing, not convincing, not reacting. You've seen how stillness creates strength, how scarcity builds desire, and how detachment transforms attraction into respect. That's the Sigma mindset, calm, focused, and completely in control of your frame. When you live this way, you don't lose women, they lose you. You stop competing for attention because your energy demands it naturally. You stop explaining your worth because your presence proves it. That's the foundation of a powerful life, and it doesn't end here. If you want to go deeper into these Stoic principles and learn how to apply them in real-world relationships, join our members community. Inside, you'll get exclusive content, private discussions, and step-by-step strategies to strengthen your frame and amplify your influence. If this video gave you value, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay connected and keep sharpening your masculine edge, one insight at a time. Thank you for watching. Stay disciplined, stay grounded, and remember, true power never needs to prove itself.